So why is it that this Elvis Presley movie just seems like at the wrong time, wrong place, just got disaster all over it? Now, this is where Tom Hanks went to go to Australia and they filmed it with Buzz Lightyear doing, and he's portraying Colonel Tom Parker. Colonel Parker was Elvis Presley's manager and ruthless and everything you can imagine. And before there was the Suge Knights of the universe and some of these others, Puffies and Moguls, etc. Even before Epstein, the Brian Epstein, the one that was the Beatles one, and Frank Diola, that was Michael Jackson. You see these managers, they have this vibe about them. Managers and the musicians. There was Colonel Parker. But why does it seem just such like we gotta push this? Don't forget this white guy. Don't forget Elvis. And now it's funny too because I've been watching. You get a chance catch the Ray Charles interview, what he thought about Elvis, and it was very, very real. Presley had some great songs. He was a versatile artist. He had stuff that I liked. But was he overrated? Yeah. He had a persona that was big. He was a cornerstone of popular music, and he's one of those people that you have to acknowledge. But does he get a lot of fanfare because he's a white boy who did what black artists were already doing? Yes. And if you had critical race theory and you had the right proper education in schools, he would not be called the king of rock and roll. He would not be called king over Little Richard, Chuck Berry, and I can go on. The whitewashing of the media and the historical facts have kept on. But the problem that they're going to run into is I heard one of the stories is that they're hoping that they could generate a hit or a buzz. There's really no buzz because that time then came and gone. Yeah, the songs last and the imagery lasts and all that, but there is no more fanfare to generate to trump up for Presley at this stage and juncture because a lot of that has come and gone, you see. And now, in his defense, if you will, I can't really think of another American white artist. Maybe you want to throw Eminem, but you'd have to be talking about a different genre of music that's come along that's captured the imagination. He's ironically on the soundtrack. Surprise, surprise, surprise. But the reality is that that represents a particular time. Elvis had some songs I like. I always think Suspicious Minds is probably my favorite Presley song. Can't Help Falling in Love, I give him about three or four. They were classic songs I would give him. He had a black man who wrote a lot of his songs. It was Blackwell. So I give where credit is due. And he was versatile with interpretation, how he could do stylings. However, the romanticism of him needed to go. And I don't think this film, I think Kurt Russell did the best Elvis movie back in 78, back in the day. I don't think you're going to get it much better than that. And I just don't think that to try to resurface something that it's funny how they always tell black folks you need to start living in the past. Well, you bring this Presley film and all this stuff up. Why? And Tom Hanks wants to like blow this up. Why? Because his music films don't really do much. That thing you do, mm-mm. So I don't think this will really do one thing. It'll get some hype. It'll probably sell because there'll be people, there are diehards or people who want it, but it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same. I mean, I go back, if you want to go back in the day when Bruno Mars was an Elvis impersonator as a kid, and maybe they had a hit something like that back in the day. But that's a long, long time ago. And there really is no real buzz to touch Presley at this stage. It's not because of anything per se. It's just that it's kind of just one of them things that you just lay where it lay. So it doesn't look that good. It just doesn't. Biopics got to come out of left field almost, and it's got to be an artist that has kind of been forgotten or something happened. You got to do something really, really magical to connect. And I don't think you can really do anything with Presley at this stage, no matter how try hard as they might. So basically, yeah, I like some of his stuff and I got respect, but they need to leave the great white hype and hope alone to rest in peace. That's my thoughts and takes about this Elvis biopic that's out. Please hit like, subscribe, and welcome thoughts and comments. And I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. And can't throw him up no more because it just ain't the same. I'm out.